More leaked emails from Hillary and the DNC are being released every day. Here's a short synopsis of some of my favorite of the recently leaked Podesta emails. Some of the released emails prove that the Democratic Party officials were actively out to manipulate voters, especially those who supported Bernie Sanders. For Hillary's staffers and those in the Democratic Party, the plan all along was a Clinton presidency. They had the plans all laid out, and now that the emails are being leaked, we have a little window into their world. Specifically, their plans to fool Sanders supporters at the DNC. Now, before I get into this first one, I want to mention that I am not as familiar with the Democrat nominating process as I am with the Republican one. They have superdelegates, which I think are absolutely the most undemocratic thing outside of the Electoral College. But that's beside the point. In one email released on Wednesday by WikiLeaks, former party official Mark Allen Siegel is seen offering a proposal to reduce the role of Democratic superdelegates in future elections. This is assumedly a ploy to satisfy disgruntled Sanders voters by pledging to make the nominating process more fair. In his own words, Siegel says, "So here's my idea. Bernie and his people have been bitching about superdelegates and the huge percentage that have come out for Hillary. Why not throw Bernie a bone and reduce the superdelegates in the future? Frankly, DNC members don't really represent constituencies anyway. I should know. I served on the DNC first as executive director and then as an elected member for 10 years. So if we give Bernie this in the convention's rules committee, his people will think they've won something from the party establishment, and it functionally doesn't make any difference anyway. They win, we don't lose. Everyone's happy." After reading that, it isn't hard to believe that Hillary sees Sanders voters as basement dwellers.
Some are new to politics completely. They're children of the Great Recession, and they are living in their parents' basement.
This is just further proof that the DNC never expected anyone else but Clinton to walk away with the nomination. Whether it was that Sanders was an unforeseen opponent, or if he was planted by the Clinton camp, it really doesn't matter. Those who believed what he was saying and supported him have been manipulated by Clinton and her staff. Another of the Podesta leaks shows Clinton's campaign chairman and a left-wing activist discussing a Catholic spring. Sandy Newman, president of Voices for Progress, said this in an email to John Podesta. "There needs to be a Catholic spring in which Catholics themselves demand the end of a Middle Ages dictatorship and the beginning of a little democracy and respect for gender equality in the Catholic Church." Of course, this idea may just reveal my total lack of understanding of the Catholic Church. I don't qualify to be involved, and I have not thought at all about how one would plant the seeds of the revolution or who would plant them. Just wondering. To which John responds, "We created Catholics in Alliance for the Common Good to organize for a moment like this, but I think it lacks the leadership to do so now. Like most spring movements, I think this one will have to be bottom up." Because Catholicism is definitely the religion in need of reform. Newman is, as some might expect, Jewish and therefore admits little understanding of the Catholic Church. But anything to disrupt and break down Christian institutions, huh, Sandy? But don't worry, we already have Catholics in Alliance for the Common Good, which was specifically created to organize a Catholic revolution and debase the Catholic Church. This isn't the only email leaked that has to do with Catholics either. In another email from John Halpin, a scholar at the left-wing Center for American Progress, to Podesta and the now communications director for the Clinton campaign, Jennifer Palmieri, Halpin laments about conservative Catholics, saying, "They must be attracted to the systematic thought and severely backwards gender relations, and must be totally unaware of Christian democracy." Palmieri adds, "I imagine they think it is the most socially acceptable politically conservative religion. Their rich friends wouldn't understand if they became evangelicals." Because of course all Catholics are only Catholic because being evangelical would make them look bad to their rich friends. It's obvious that the Democrats hate Catholics and Christians in general and regularly engage in conversations bashing them. Seems like no one is safe from their judgment. Our final email shows the most shocking yet least surprising revelation. Clinton staffers have been colluding with the State Department during an investigation that's supposed to be confidential. The email begins with the Deputy Communications Director informing a number of Clinton staffers that someone got a tip from the State Department that they'd be releasing the Benghazi emails. Heather Samuelson seems to be the one with all the connections here, and that's not surprising once you find out more details about her. Heather is a lawyer. a close Clinton confidant, and an employee with the State Department. She was one of the people who screened all of Hillary's emails to determine which were okay to release and which should be deleted. The most interesting part is Samuelson received DOJ immunity in exchange for turning over the laptop she used during the review of Clinton's emails. This means that she cannot be prosecuted for any wrongdoing that pertains to this case. So she's in the clear no matter what she does. So it's obvious that, through Heather, Clinton was in collusion with the State Department during the whole investigation. It's not surprising that she never faced any charges, since she's had people working on the inside for her the whole time. And while we all suspected this to be the case, the fact that it's here in black and white makes the whole thing a little more real. So those are my favorite emails so far, but there are more coming out every day. I'll let you know if I see anything else interesting. Have an opinion? Leave me a comment below. I'll never delete comments, and I will reply to as many as I can. If you have an idea for a story I should do, or you just want to get a hold of me, tweet at me at littlemissskeptical, and follow me on Twitter for updates and opinions about news, politics, and general tomfoolery. If you like my videos, please consider becoming a part of the Skeptical family. Your support is so important right now in getting these questions and facts out there. We can't let the leftists bury the facts and push emotion before logic. Please share my videos with anyone you think might enjoy them and urge more people to support those of us who are trying to expose the truth and logic in the world. Thanks for watching!